you go. Play ball. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome back to the S.L.I.D.E podcast, everyone. I'm your host, Coach Aaron, and flying solo today, but talking with two super cool dudes from Florida that are Miami Hurricanes and Dolphins fans. Like, we couldn't be hanging out with any cooler people right now. So, anyway, so we're joined today with Logan and AJ. How are you guys doing?
Real good.
Yeah?
I'm doing good, man.
Awesome. Well, Logan, tell us where you're joining us from. Where are you at right now?
I'm at my house, just in my dining room table.
Okay. All right. And you're in, are you in Fort Pierce right now? Nope.
Sorry. AJ's in, oh yeah, I'm in Fort Pierce.
Yeah, you're in Fort Pierce, and then
Hey, you're
AJ.
at Fort Pierce, Logan.
And
I'm in Thomasville, Georgia.
Yeah. Okay. How close are you to Atlanta, AJ?
I think we're about 6 hours out from Atlanta.
Oh, snap! So you're southern Georgia,
or it's like it's either 4 or 6. I'm not really sure.
Wow. Yeah, you're on the other side of Georgia.
Yeah,
well, cool.
we're like 45 minutes north of Tallahassee, so it's like kind of near the border.
Gotcha. Okay. Awesome. Well, welcome to the show, guys. Logan and myself, we met in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina about a month and a half ago, I think it was. And amazing kid. And like, we're at the end of the tournament, and all of a sudden I feel someone like tapping on my shoulder, and I turn around and I look, and it's Logan. And he introduces himself to me and says he has something that he'd like to talk about with our podcast listeners. And we released that, I think it was about a 10-15 minute clip last month that was titled Logan's Message. And dude, that one got a lot of plays, man. So I haven't told anyone what you wanted to really talk about. I'm going to let you do that, okay? So,
okay.
Logan, tell us a little bit about yourself, man, and what is so amazing about baseball.
So, my name's Logan Wydra. Ever since I was diagnosed with Tourette Syndrome when I was 7, it just changed my life. And when I was a baby, baseball has just been my passion. I grew up on the baseball field. And do I tell about my Tourette's?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Go ahead and tell us.
So Tourette syndrome is pretty much that it'll give you like really like a lot of tics, like if you can't control it, but I've learned how to control a lot of my tics already. Like it's something like you can't control something that you can do.
So basically
it just lets out.
What he's saying is like, for Logan, when he gets really anxious in the moment,
right,
he twitches a lot, and you'll see like his face twitch, or something like that, or he'll make like a little noise, like it could be like him humming, or just something like that. And over the years, it definitely has gotten better. Sometimes it flares up more than others, but honestly, I think that's his superpower on the field, and I think I'll let him tell you about that, because he's a cool kid, man, and it makes him really good at baseball.
And just so our listeners, if they didn't catch it to begin with, AJ is Logan's older brother. So I want to make sure that everyone knows where we're starting from. So thank you very much, AJ, for that. Logan, before we get into all of those superpowers and stuff you have, tell us why baseball is like so awesome.
Well, I think it's so awesome because I grew up around the baseball field just watching my older brother. He's been my role model for my whole life, pretty much. I've always looked up to him, and he's been my favorite baseball player. And I just love the game, and I like doing the stuff that he likes to do.
That is so freaking cool to hear, man. AJ, I know that has to make you feel good.
I know, man. I'm about to tear up. I miss him.
I mean it, man. That's awesome to hear. So Logan, he never like gave you wedgies or like, picked on you or anything?
No. And when we do play around, it's just like just playing.
Okay, well,
Even though things get a little heated when we play mini basketball.
well, man, that is so freaking cool to hear that your big brother is who you look up to, man. So, and that's why he's on the show today, because he's a pretty cool dude too, right, Logan?
Right.
You'd agree? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, Logan, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you are currently right now in your journey in baseball, and like what was it about baseball that really made you want to go full out and be a baseball player?
So,
Hold on, we're gonna let AJ talk on that one.
okay.
Oh, you said Logan.
Oh, I'm sorry, Logan. You done got me messed up. AJ, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, basically, I grew up in Miami. That's where I was born, and we moved to Fort Lauderdale. Uh, I was fairly young. I think about like 5 or 6. But growing up, I've always been around baseball. I was in diapers going to Marlins games and even Dolphins games. I know it's football, but like
Yeah.
I've been going to sporting events since I was literally maybe like 10 pounds. And I remember I would sit on my grandfather's lap he has like this nice comfy chair that he likes to sit on, and
Mhm.
I'd sit on his lap and we'd watch the Marlins games, and it's probably one of my earliest memories is that. And from a young age, like I like playing other sports and stuff, but man, there's something about baseball, just something about it. And I've never been able to lose that love. Even now, baseball's put me through some stuff, man. And at the end of the day, that love just keeps growing day in and day out. And it's honestly been like my biggest outlet. It's taught me so much, and like without baseball, I'm not the person I am today. Like it's taught me a lot from, how to be social to even being respectful. Like respect was a big thing. Like
Yeah.
my coaches always taught me to respect other people, especially if they're older and stuff like that. And honestly, I think I've grown outside of like actually playing the sport. Like I think I've grown a lot in that, and even manners like thank you, please, like all that stuff. That's baseball. Being on the baseball field, it can get nasty out there sometimes, but on the other side of things, you learn I got a lot of good morals out of baseball. And it's the reason why I'm at where I'm at today. I've had a lot of struggles in the past, with staying healthy, and you know, I will talk about that later, but
Yeah.
um, baseball's also taught me, like on the social side of things, it's taught me how to be a leader, and at the end of the day, you don't want to be a follower, you want to be a leader. Everyone leads in a different way, and for me, it's more of like a vocal thing, like vocal and then lead by example.
Yep.
Like I'm not gonna go out there and get the team together and give like a whole 5 minute speech, but like if someone's struggling or if someone's doing good, like I'll give positive and negative feedback, obviously in a way that they want to hear it. And it's just that's where baseball's taking me on my journey. And
Dude,
uh
that's freaking amazing, dude. And you know what
yeah,
you just said? What you just said is you'll give negative feedback or constructive feedback in a way that they want to hear it. Like that's intelligent right there, because like most people would just say, I'll give you negative, or I'll give you the bad feedback. But like I like how you included there like how they want to hear it, because every person takes feedback differently. So that's pretty cool, man. Like that's
yeah,
awesome.
it's tough. It's tough to hear it's tough to hear bad criticism,
Yeah.
but you know not everything about what they're doing is bad. There's good in it.
Well,
So you got
we all make mistakes. There's all things that we all can get better at. So like
yeah.
that's none of us are perfect. Logan, are you perfect?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I was just making sure because I thought there was a close chance you could be, but just making sure there. So all right, well we're gonna get to Logan's superpowers now, man. So for everyone, if you just picked up, Logan was diagnosed with Tourette syndrome. And instead of letting it hold him back and take away, the game that he loves, like this dude has learned to somewhat master, some of these type of things. And think it's a great story for everyone out there, man. Like everyone out there, we're all dealing with something. Other people out there probably, definitely have Tourette syndrome or other type of issues. And just like tell us how you deal with it, man, and how do you turn it into a superpower?
So how I deal with it is sometimes I would just take a deep breath when I'm hitting or pitching, step off the mound or just step out, call time when I'm hitting. Just take a 3 second breath and then just to 2.5 hold it in and 3 seconds out. And it just calms me down a lot. And my walk up songs, I like to dance to it because it gets me like less stress and it just gets me like happy, like excited, not anxious anymore.
Oh, so is it more stress that kind of sets off your Tourette's, or like what kind of, or could it just hit you at any point in time? Like, is it
Like
really usually when you're stressed?
So like the couple days ago on Monday we faced my old team, the Hustlers, and I was pitching and I got super anxious and I had a lot of anxiety when I was pitching. I kept throwing balls and that's when all my ticks just started going crazy. I had to step off the mound like 5 times. I couldn't focus and I kept having to take breaths and it was really hard for me at that time. But
Gotcha. Okay.
mhm.
So, now how do you turn it into a superpower? Like
So
this sounds pretty cool here because we talk about superheroes sometimes on the show, and I have a feeling you're going to be one of them. But tell us about this.
So, what makes my Tourette's a superpower is because when I'm fielding or hitting, it gives me fast twitches, and I have faster twitches than most people. Because each time I blink, it's fast, but you can barely see it. Like I don't even feel it when I tick. So pretty much makes me throw harder because I got fast twitches in my muscles. I can throw, I can feel it harder. My reflexibility is harder. And yeah, and
Wow.
that's my superpower.
Well, dude, I don't think it's fair you're playing against all these other kids then, dude. Like if you have this, like this sounds like a real superpower. Like you throwing faster, you're moving faster, you're pitching faster.
Mhm.
Like, well, that's I'm gonna tell you, man. I have seen a lot of things that have affected people in a way, and I love to hear the fact that you've learned to turn it. Instead of looking at it in a negative way, you're looking at it in a positive way and how it's increasing your abilities. So
Uh,
freaking awesome. Now, who
Thank
taught
you.
you the step off the mound and take the deep breaths to help calm you down? Like, was that something you came up with yourself, or how did you discover that?
No, actually, my old coaches from the Hustlers taught me to like step out and like take the deep breaths. And then it just rolled on. I kept doing it, and it just helps me just lower my anxiety and stress.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I can also do it in school.
Oh yeah. Because
Yep.
there's so many stressful situations in school. So
Right.
how does that really show up in school?
Well,
Is it
because sometimes I get really anxious about a test because I study for one night, probably like 1 week, and I will only study one night, and then in the morning I just get really anxious because I know the stuff, but before the test I just take like a couple deep breaths and I'm ready to go. And I'm ready to take all the tests. And today I was nervous about my spelling test today because I forgot some of the words, but I got 100 on it because I took a deep breath.
dude, that is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like spelling tests?
Sometimes.
When we know the words, right? When we know the
Yeah.
words, we like them. Of course. That's how I am too. That's the best test, and the classes that I love the most are the ones that I always got good grades in. For some reason, it worked that way. Logan,
Right.
what's your grades like in school, dude?
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, not saying they're perfect, like high honor roll, but they're around the honor roll.
All right. That's
Mm-hmm.
dude, that's what you need to be working on right now is just
Right.
constantly moving and increasing and getting better. So
Mm-hmm.
you close to the honor roll, we get you on that thing next time. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. So now we're going to shift to the big brother a little bit and learn a little bit more about him. So, and here's how I want to do it. Tell me what you remember about growing up and watching AJ play, Logan. Like,
What I remember
mhm,
watching AJ play.
yeah.
Well, the good thing about when he was like 14 or 15, I got to actually be right next to him while he was playing because I was the bat boy for the Cannons National Academy United Academy something.
It's Cannons Baseball United. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called now, but it used to be Cannons Baseball Academy. So like he's got it both confused.
I do that all the time, dude. So, so you
Don't
got
we
to be
all,
his
man?
bat boy.
And then I remember also, I remember a little bit of AJ going to Cooperstown to New York.
Okay. Very cool. So you must have been young then because he had to be very
Really
young
young.
then. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you were
I was
like
like a
2 years
baby.
old, so yeah, I was. That was man. I turned 20 in 3 months, man. I turned
Wow.
20 in 3 months, so that was 8 years ago.
Yeah, dude. You were very
Man,
young.
Mm-hmm.
wow, that's a while.
So AJ, man, what was it like, dude, growing up in the baseball world? Tell me about your journey and like so you went to Cooperstown, we know about. What
Oh,
else happened?
oh, baseball growing up was literally a movie. If I could go back and do it again, I would. That's why I always tell them like make the most out of every moment. Back then, man, baseball was just having fun, and that was the best part about it. I remember stuff from when I was 8 years old. And like you just make the best memories. And I have made lifelong friends from travel baseball, believe it or not, youth baseball.
Yeah.
And that's honestly the coolest thing. People that I still keep in touch with today. Like I've had friends that I played 8U travel ball with drive from Miami all the way to Thomasville to hang out with me for a couple days. So like these are people I've stayed in touch with, and you grow up with them over the years, like, and it's probably the coolest thing is just meeting people. And I've met a lot of professional players through travel baseball too.
Yeah.
And I think that's a pretty cool part of it as well. And I think, you know, growing up playing baseball, it really fuels that love for the game that lasts a lifetime. Like I bet for you, Coach Aaron, you still remember your little league days, and
100%.
those
100%.
days last a lifetime. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. I thank my parents every day.
Well,
They
I'm like,
they
see, my parents, like when we were growing up, like my parents never really like, put us in sports. And we were in a super, super small town. Like we had like two red lights, dude. So living in Miami, it would be a shock for you there. But so, I mean, we didn't have this big youth program, of course, and this was a super long time ago. But yeah, man, I mean, like, as I was going to school, making friends, we lived around each other, and my friends taught me how to play baseball. Like, if it wasn't for like my close friends that lived around me, like I learned to play in a field, and I've said this several times on the show, and we played in a field, and we had a tree as our backstop, one tree. And
that's awesome.
so if we didn't hit that tree, we were running. So, I mean, we had to go get the ball. But I mean, so it made me get really good at, aim and being able to control pitches, of course. But yeah, dude, I'm going to tell you, man, those every day in summer, like if we wasn't, sick or out of town or something, we were on a baseball field. I agree.
And what's crazy is that the funniest part of it all is we would spend probably a whole day out at the field playing games. And as soon as you get back home, it's, oh, let me go find my buddies in the neighborhood. Let's go play some wiffle ball. Like it
Mm-hmm.
just was nonstop. And That's gotta be my favorite part about it. And my parents, let me tell you, I have some of the best parents. Back when I was growing up, we were struggling very, very bad, like money wise. And no matter, I never missed a tournament. I never did not have cleats. I always had a good glove, always had one of the best bats out there. Like, my parents put their happiness to the side for me. And, hopefully one day I can achieve my goal of playing professional baseball and I could take care of them the way that they took care of me while I was growing up. So I really want to thank them for that.
That is
They
that's awesome.
yeah, they
That
really
stuff's not cheap. Like
no.
as a parent now, and my kids play sports, and my son plays baseball and football, and yeah, them bats cost $350, $400, and gloves are,
Oh yeah.
you don't get a cheap glove either. So I mean, like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, and I know your parents are super proud of you for where you're at too. So man, it's a great journey, great
Oh
journey.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Coach
Now,
Aaron.
yeah,
Oh, so I was gonna tell you about that. I actually started my own podcast.
no
Uh,
way.
yeah, yesterday.
Okay, now tell me about it.
Well, it's only like a 15-minute podcast. I do just work out like I do 50 sit-ups and 50 push-ups pretty much at night before I go to bed. And then in the morning I do 30 sit-ups and 30 push-ups. And I'm just trying to just doing the free stuff to get better.
Yeah, dude.
Mhm.
Well, look, if there's any way I can help you out, man, like let me know. Make sure to tag us, and if you share anything from your podcast or anything, let me know, man. We'll share it and get you going, okay?
He's
All right.
trying to get big like his big brother.
Oh yeah.
Now, Big Brother's at college, but the journey to college wasn't that easy because, like you'd mentioned earlier, you had some health issues and concerns, and you had to have a surgery. Like,
Yep.
tell us about that a little bit.
So my recruiting adventure is what I like to call it. Um, so freshman, sophomore year of high school, I was, I feel like I was a pretty good pitcher in the state of Florida. Once ranked as well in the state, and uh, you know, I started talking to Division I coaches after my freshman summer, uh, and had a couple looks, and the interest was real between a couple of them, and things were going great for me. And then, actually, I was invited to a camp and then an unofficial tour after. And at that camp, I remember we were having to get velo numbers. I'm a pitcher, so
Mhm.
we had to get velo numbers. And I remember they said last pitch in the bullpen, let it rip. And I went to go let it rip, and my front foot slid out from under me, and I felt a pull on my arm because of it, because my arm slot dropped on that pitch. And for the next 2 years of my baseball career, I was healthy for 4 months, or not sick, but unhealthy for 4 months, with my elbow. And, you know, so basically I was hurt for high school ball, but then I'd be healthy for summer ball. So I'm still getting these looks. I'm talking to coaches. And then April, of my junior year of high school, I was I was pitching in a scrimmage right before state because we had a really good team. We had a first round
Mhm.
draft pick, everything. We had a really good team, and uh, we have a scrimmage. It had started to flare up again, the inner side of my elbow, and in the scrimmage, I remember it was first, second, third pitch. I just felt like a rubber band extending a little more and more every time. And then finally on that last one, it completely went. 2 or 3 months later, whatever the math is, on June 21st of 2021, it's probably the most altering point in my life.
Oh, wow.
And on that day, I had UCL reconstruction, better known as Tommy John surgery. Here's the scar. I don't know if you could see
Oh,
it,
yeah, I can see it. Yep.
but I had Tommy John. And reason why it was the most life altering for me, I lost all my looks Division One. So I had about 5 or 6 schools looking at me Division One and all gone out the picture. And that was really tough for me, you know. I felt like everything was going my way. You know, I wanted to play Division One baseball. Like that was my biggest dream.
Yeah.
Growing up, you know, I always wanted to play on ESPN, you know, ACC network type of stuff. And, you know, that really hurt me. And not knowing if I was ever going to be as good as I was. And
Right. Yeah.
the rehab is such a struggle. I'd have days where I thought I retore it again, and I'd have good days, and then the next day I'd have, for every one good day, I'd have like 5 bad days in a row, and it was very unconvincing that I was going to be able to get back to where I was at. And then I remember I started getting close with God, and I started praying more and getting deeper into my faith with Jesus. And if every day just felt like it was getting better and better and better. And then eventually I come back from my senior year. Mind you, I had not hit. I don't know why. I just got this calling in my head to just become a hitter and play outfield, because I was going to have to miss half my senior year anyways because I had TJ.
Yeah.
So I pick up a bat first time since my freshman year. I was pitcher only. Pick up a bat, play outfield, and I led my team in batting average. I actually led all of South Florida at my senior
Wow.
year. I hit 438, had a bunch of extra base hits, had a really good year. And then finally, I was able to come back. Halfway through the year, I come back pitching, and I was lights out. I
Yeah.
was I was dealing. You know, I really found my stride, like better than before. Velo was up. I was hitting velocities that I'd never hit in my life before.
Yeah.
And the part that was the toughest about it, and why it's the most altering change in my life, is because if I was like this a year and a half before, I would be playing Division One baseball. I would get those offers, but because I was late in the recruiting process, uh, the looks didn't come that much from Division One. So I remember one night I posted a Twitter video. Shout out Twitter or X, whatever it's called now.
Right.
That is my saving grace, and the reason why I'm playing college baseball. So I posted a video, got like 10,000 views or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think up until 3 in the morning, I was getting call after call, text from college coaches all over. It was a ton. Like I think like over 30. It was crazy. Like I'd have to remember coaches' names and stuff. But one coach stuck out the most, and that was Coach Tom Fleenor, school that I'm at now. And I have never met such a loving and caring person in my life. Like if he were to, he would probably take a bullet for me, to be honest. He is one of the best coaches. If not one of the best, if not the best coach that I've ever played for in my life. He texts me all the time, checking on how I'm doing, stuff like that. He's eating dinner with my family. Uh, I started off my college career with 2 terrible outings, and he sat me down. He said, "Son, it's going to be okay. You are different, and it's going to happen for you. You have to trust the process. You have to buy into what we're teaching. It's going to work." Fast forward, the whole year goes by, and I am the Sun Conference Freshman Player of the Year. So,
Dude, congratulations, man.
without him, oh, he's awesome. He's been a blessing to me, and I can't thank him enough. But I thank him a lot for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah. Well, dude, what was the video that you posted? Was it just a video of you pitching, or what was it?
So, I was talking to some coaches and people connections, and they were saying that for me to get my name out there and that time of the year, April, May, that's late for me as a 2022 graduate. So they're like, Twitter's your best bet. you have to get recruited. You're good enough to play college ball. Twitter's your best bet. So they told me to make a compilation of every single one of my outings. So shout out mom and dad. They would be behind home plate, getting all the right angles. I will give them some criticism because sometimes they weren't the best angles, but they finally got it down when it came down to the right time and perfect zoomed in, and you could see the break on the pitches, you could see the fastball rising, you could see the changeup, dropping and all that stuff, and just made a compilation on iMovie and posted it up, and just blew up out of nowhere.
That's super cool, man. Dude, both of you guys have like superpowers now. Like Tommy John probably built you back stronger than it was. And Logan's sitting up here like quick hands, quick feet, quick twitches. Like he's got it. So
No, this kid's gonna be he's gonna get drafted out of high school. He's got unreal talent. I don't know where it came from. I think maybe just like being at the field since literally he was in diapers. I don't get it. It's crazy. It's unreal. I've never seen a 10-year-old do the things that he does. Like it's pretty cool, man.
dude, Logan, how does that make you feel, man, when your big brother's saying that kind of cool stuff about you?
Real good. It gives me the chills.
Yeah, I got the chills too, dude. Like, like you two's relationship is pretty freaking awesome. Like, I mean, I'm not even just saying that. Like, that's super cool. I think any brothers out there listening are probably thinking like, man, why wouldn't we cool like that? So, um, Logan, dude, like, where are you going to end up going, man? Where are you going to play some college ball at? Where's your goal and dreams?
If I just go from high school to the minors,
Good
my
attitude.
my goal is to go to the if I do not get drafted out of high school, the school that I want to go to is High Point University.
In North Carolina?
Yep,
Why High
best
Point?
school. It's like Disney World.
Really?
Yeah, that place is humongous. You should see their basketball court, their baseball field. It's amazing.
That is crazy. Now, they're not a D1 school, are they?
No, they are D1. Yeah,
Are they? Okay.
I actually was thinking about going there just in case baseball didn't work out. I was thinking about going over there and going to school there. That school is beautiful, man. That's number one campus in the country, I'm pretty sure.
Wow. I need
Beautiful.
to catch up. That's cool.
Yeah.
But you know what? It doesn't really matter. We got to find out what team you're going to go to, Logan, first. But like, it doesn't really matter. Like D1, D2, D3, JUCO. Like, dude, if you're good, they will find you. So it really, like, we talk to a lot of kids and, talk to a lot of players, and, everyone, of course, wants to go to a big D1 school, right? I mean, of course, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, dude, if you're slinging, you got control, you got a great, teamwork personality about you, you got it. So,
Nah, he's little Shohei, so he
oh,
can
yeah.
he can hit and he can pitch. So
Okay.
oh
I'm
yeah.
a two-way. I'm gonna be a two-way.
That's hard. That's hard work. You got to put in like double work for that.
He's got superpowers. Remember, he's got super.
That is very true. That is very true. Now, when you're in the Hall of Fame, will there be like a little asterisk beside your name that says you had a superpower? Or are they just going to leave that off?
No, they're gonna put that on, and we're gonna say to the Hall of Fame, two superpowers.
There you go. There you go. Look, dude, I'm gonna tell you.
Logan fast pitch or Logan fast twitch Wydra. There it is.
There it is.
Go, dude.
Heck yeah.
Hey, Coach Aaron.
Yeah.
This might I don't know if you heard any kids say this about after what they're gonna do after if they make it to the major leagues, but I actually am not gonna take baseball in my life. I want to be an MLB coach.
Oh, okay. You want to be a head coach?
Uh-huh.
That's a hard role right there, dude.
He's gonna be head coach. I'll be the GM.
There
Oh
you
yeah.
go. There you go.
He's gonna be the pitching coach, AJ.
Oh, the pitching.
and then he's working for you. That'd be cool.
Uh-huh.
I could see that. I could see that. Hey, look at Mike McDaniels in Miami right now, the Dolphins coach. He's like 39 or something.
Uh-huh.
Like, he's super young. So
Mm-hmm.
like, you can do it.
Hey, Logan, you
Uh-huh.
gotta be generous on those checks, man.
Don't worry, I'll leave you stuff in there.
It throw you some bonuses here your way. Um, well, cool, man. Well, AJ, like, so what was the recruiting like? Was it fun as you were going through the whole process of recruiting?
So I remember my first conversation with a school. I'm not going to name them, just
Yeah.
just for reasons. But I remember I got back from a tournament. I pitched in Fort Myers. I had them there to watch me, and I remember getting back. And back then, I think now it's different, but back then, like if your travel coach your travel coach would talk to the coach, and then they give you a time for you to call the coach, because the coach isn't allowed to call you before you're a junior, so you'd have to call the coach.
Okay.
And I remember we got that text, hey, uh this person from this school wants to talk to you at 8:30 tonight. And I remember I was so nervous. Like, I just got out the shower, house is nice and cool, and I am profusely sweating everywhere. And I am so scared. And I remember me and my mom and my dad sitting there, with our notebook, and we're writing down like what to ask the coach, like what's his pitching philosophy,
Yeah.
and just like what to answer if he asks a certain question. And yeah, no, it was pretty fun. Obviously, after TJ, it got very stressful. And then when my Twitter blew up and my number got out there, and I was receiving calls and texts day and night, like it was really fun, but really stressful. Like, I had been wanting this for so long. And in a way, it was like, when will this stop? You know, like,
Wow.
yeah, I was like,
That's
when will this
awesome.
stop? Yeah, but it was a very fun process, and it was very fun getting to know a lot of coaches. I feel like, coaches are seen on a coach level, but at the end of the day, they're humans too. And
Yep.
it was cool getting to build relationships with different people from different areas, and learning about their family and their kids and what they like to do in their life. I find that part very interesting, because at the end of the day, it's very cool to learn about, other cultures and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
for me, like, I'm Hispanic, and they got to hear every little bit of that. I bring a little bit of my Hispanic swag everywhere I go. So, uh, it was good to hear, what swag their culture brings, to their daily life. So
Yeah.
it was cool just making relationships and stuff like that.
Well, if you were talking to a 13U team now, 12U team, all of those kids probably have the same aspirations of you, or as you did. What would you tell them to remember or like to focus on during the recruiting process?
Okay, so through the recruiting process, always say their last name. I had a kid on my team, had an ACC school call him, or him call them, and he called the coach by his first name. That is the number one no-go. You're cut off the list right after that. So
Wow. Okay.
be respectful to the coaches at the end of the day. You know, Also, they have to realize, like, that school needs you. You don't need them.
Mm.
Uh, Obviously, I remember me when I got my first offer, I was like, whoa, you know, I'm gonna commit there. No, you just chill, relax a little bit, because there are going to be other opportunities, and like, not everyone marries the first girl they date, so
You're right. You're very true there.
so
Well,
you
that
got
I'm gonna tell you, like I think you've been through, like you've been battle tested, like going through Tommy John, coming back better than before. You're not the only, kid that I've heard of that's had Tommy John surgery at an early age. But if someone out there is going through it, like, what would you say to them? Like, because you came out on the other side of that tunnel pretty good. What advice would you give them to get and push through this Tommy John rehab?
Never give up, literally, because my experience knowing people, I've had people that when it got tough, like in the beginning, it's easy because you're doing easy stuff. But the second you start doing harder things and more strenuous things on the ligament gets really mad. And, you know, I've seen a lot of people quit. But the biggest thing about it is you got to attack it with 100%. And you have to attack this with the mentality of, I'm going to come out of this on the right side. Like I'm going to make it out of this. And, you know, I feel like the biggest advice I could give to someone is push through it, because if you don't push through it, how do you know it's not going to get better? And a lot of times it's going to hurt, and obviously, like, if it hurts really bad, like, stop. But if it's like a little tight and stuff like that, push through it. Don't stop because of that. The ligament is fine. It's just your body is not used to the new ligament in there. So just push through it and keep good faith. And it was a very, I struggled a lot mentally during that time. Looking back on it now, I wish, I played baseball my whole life. Being away from it took a very big hit on my mental aspect of things. And one of the biggest things is just talk to people, let your feelings be known, because it's tough. You're without the love of your life, which is baseball. And every day just feels like this is never going to end. This is never going to end, but it is going to end. And the biggest thing is just talk to people. And, at the end of the day, sometimes it might be one sentence, but it might just be the encouragement that you need to push you through it. And, I feel like my parents helped me out they helped me out a lot in that time of my life. But mentally, I feel is a lot harder than the actual rehab process itself.
I can imagine, man. That's tough. And like you said, being, pulled away from the game that really, like, that's been your, the biggest part of your life that you probably remember. So, like, that's got to be tough.
I think that's the most overlooked part about Tommy John surgery, or any surgery in general, is the mental aspect of things. I feel like everyone focuses on, like, oh yeah, like in a year you're gonna be good to go again, and you just gotta hit PT hard.
It's easier said than done there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, keeping your faith, praying, sticking to your regimen, pushing through the tough times, and I mean, you'll come out on the other side, a winner. Logan, you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
All right. So now, what advice would you give other kids out there that are battling with Tourette syndrome? Like, what would you tell them? Like, if they're scared that, their hidden superpower currently would, like, hurt them out on the baseball field, like, what would you say to them?
All I gotta say is, I know you guys that have Tourette syndrome have a superpower, but sometimes you cannot let anyone tell you what you can do and cannot do. Like, do not let anyone say that you're bad at anything. Like, because some people say that I'm, like, bad at some sports, but I said I I don't care. I just play this. I just play and what I like to play. And all I say is, for you people that have Tourette syndrome, is um just do not worry about the bullies, and just do the thing that you love, and do not let the other stuff hold you back.
Yeah, for sure. Like, no one else out there knows what you're capable of other than you. I mean, why would you listen to them, right?
They're just words.
Exactly. Exactly.
I've actually heard it firsthand. Yeah, I've heard kids make fun of him. And one thing that I'm very proud of my parents for is they give him advice, right, on that aspect of things, but they let him be his own man and they let him handle it himself, which I really agree with them on that, especially in that aspect of his life.
Totally, totally. Because if he learns to fight these battles and deal with these type of situations right now, like he's going to be well prepared as he continues to grow up and grow into a young man. I mean, you're going to be ready, dude. I'm going to tell you guys both. I mean, you have a lot to be proud of, and it sounds like your parents have been like super critical as a part of both of your developments, and I think that's awesome, man.
Coach Aaron, guess
Yeah.
what's the cool thing?
What's that?
On my soccer team, the assistant coach, she's my ELA teacher and religion teacher's daughter, and she has Tourette's.
Oh, really?
Yep, she had Tourette's like really bad, but once they figured out now she's like she doesn't have, you can't even see it anymore. Like she doesn't do it anymore.
Huh. Okay. That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. And now, did you work with her and help her, through some of those things?
Well, she just started like coaching at the school, and so my teacher's name is Miss Ringo,
Mm-hmm.
and she just started teaching here last year. She was my fourth
Gotcha.
grade teacher.
Gotcha. Well, that's cool. Well, now
Mm-hmm.
you get to see your teacher out of school, like as a coach.
Uh-huh.
Is
Crazy
that?
thing is I had Miss Seringo my freshman year of high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Everything comes full circle there.
No, she's great. She's one of my favorite teachers all time, easily.
She is my favorite teacher.
Even though she made me write a lot of essays, but it's okay.
Hey Logan, how was it down in Myrtle Beach, man? Because so you came up from Florida to play
Mm-hmm.
in a baseball youth tournament. Like what was that like for you, dude?
I honestly want to go back there again.
Yeah.
It's just so cool. Like the fields are so amazing. And, what I liked a lot was the water parks, and also all the candy shops with the banana split pudding ice cream. It's just so good.
Dude,
I
like,
want a banana split.
yeah, no. You know what? I've been going to Myrtle Beach my entire life, dude, and I probably like I need to get out and explore and learn some more, dude. Like I didn't even know that park was there. Like where you guys
Mhm.
played, I didn't even know it was there, and
Uh-huh.
it was awesome.
Was it
I
the
was
Cal Ripken Fields or?
no, it's not the it wasn't the Cal Ripken Fields.
Oh, okay.
It was around in the what's it called, the Myrtle Beach Commons, I think it is. It's more of a recreational YMCA area that they have, but super nice turf fields.
Oh, yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah. What's the
They and
fields like
then
down in Florida? You probably got fields like that down there, right?
Yeah, he'll start playing in the Boomba Sports Complex soon, and he'll start playing in well, I think he already plays in the U Trip Fields
we already do.
in Cocoa. Yeah, those are nice too.
And
Yeah, I
no,
know
we
there's got to
haven't
be
played
some
in
nice there.
Cocoa yet. We
Is
played
that
in
no, not Cocoa? What's it called?
Vieira.
Vieira. Yeah. Vieira.
Hmm. What's the competition like down there, man? Because look,
It's
I've
hard.
I've always heard and I've seen and I've talked to a lot of people out in California because baseball's different out in Cali. And I've heard baseball's different in Southern Florida too. So what's it like
Mhm.
down there, man? You said it's hard.
Well, it's pretty much like your competition, except they just like know a lot more. Like they're like high trained stuff. Like last year, I was playing my brother's old team that he used to face, and he used to dominate them in pitching, Team
Mm-hmm.
Extreme, and they have the same coach. And me personally, I think that's an amazing team. in a great organization, and it's just teams that are like well trained and just really good, and it's tough competition. It's not like they're like bad or anything.
Yeah.
You don't just go there and just win
Play
a game
baseball
and
year
then
round.
say, yeah.
That's what you want. You want that good competition because that's
It's
Mhm.
baseball
what makes you better.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. It's
Yeah.
pretty much like youth it's pretty much like baseball youth.
youth. Okay.
It's pretty much like that, except it's a lot more teams though.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I come down to South Florida every once in a while to see a football game. Next time I'm down there, definitely gonna look you up and we're gonna go watch some baseball. So,
Oh yeah.
all right.
I'll show you some good places to go watch some baseball.
Okay. That works. AJ, man, what was it like winning freshman of the year? We just breezed through that one, but like freshman of the year.
Yeah, that was probably, or no, it is my biggest accomplishment so far. I did not actually expect myself to win that. It actually caught me by surprise. But freshman year is definitely a struggle. It's a lot of ups, a lot of downs. You're playing against, at least I play in NAIA, and in NAIA, you're playing a lot of 23, 24-year-olds.
Mhm.
So these are dudes that have been playing baseball, 6 years for me. I'm an 18-year-old playing. So, just the competition was very difficult, but it gets easier. And, I couldn't have done without my coaches mentoring me. Coach Nando and Coach Nico definitely had my back through it all. Coach Fleenor, he's also been there for me too. And, all of them had my back really well and kept giving me opportunities even after a bad start. And at the end of the day, I finally found my stride and I was able to do what I wanted to do on that mound. And I ended up putting up really good numbers for a freshman, and I ended up winning the award. And it easily is the best accomplishment that I have achieved. Not the last one though. Pitcher of the year is coming soon too.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just the beginning, dude. That's just the beginning.
Yeah, we're just getting started. We're just getting started. I have big aspirations, and my coaches know that, and I know they're not going to hold me back at all.
Look, dream big, dude. Because if you don't dream big, nobody else is going to do it for you. I promise you that.
Exactly.
So, all right, we're getting down to the end here. So, AJ, which MLB team would you like to play for?
Whoever gives me the best opportunity. Whoever gives me an opportunity. I want to live out the dream one day that that 2-year-old who was sitting on grandpa's lap wanted to achieve. So that's what I want to do. And anyone really, just give me an opportunity. It could be $5 in a bag of chips. I'm there.
Well, I don't know if your parents are going to be okay with that, but
$5
$5
in a bag of chips, maybe not. Maybe not.
Some,
you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you. Throw in a hot dog there, and we got a deal. So,
no, I'm more of a cheeseburger type of guy. Give me
too.
Burger, maybe double patty, maybe, and some extra cheese. We're good to go.
You're a double patty guy?
Oh, I love double patties.
See, I would rather have a nice like single patty. I don't know. I'm weird. I think I'm weird. So
talking like double smash burgers. I'm not talking like two like.
Okay. All right. Smash burger. I can get down with that.
I think my favorite burger is Big Mac.
Big Mac
from McDonald's?
Yep.
Man, we got to get you out. Got to get you out of like, oh my God, McDonald's cannot be your best burger, dude. We're going to look. I don't know what's down in Miami. I can't remember right now, but I do remember what's the name of that bar that we went to, that restaurant. There was a Quarter Deck. You guys ever been to Quarter Deck?
That's good. I've been. Yeah.
Oh man, they got some good burgers there, and they will always watch Dolphins there. So of course I went. So, but yeah, I love some cheeseburgers. My favorite food. So,
hey, Coach Aaron.
Yeah.
Are you going to Panama?
I think so.
Let's go.
I think so. Are you going to be there?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And also, Coach Aaron.
Yeah.
I wanted to know if you wanted to see, Dad, do you still have the signed football from Dan Marino in your closet?
Another time.
Hey,
Okay.
look, dude, we'll see it. I'll see it. Next time he gets it out, tell him to take a picture and send it over to me, man. Like,
All right.
yeah, like that is super cool.
For me, I work for. Am I allowed to shout out a company that I work for?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm with this company called Torque, and it is super dope. You could check out Torque Baseball on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Push out great content. That's the company that I work for. I even represent my school, Torque Thomas, and we're building something great here. And it's very innovative, and I think it's very great for people of all ages. And yeah, shout out Jake Bayer for giving me the opportunity. Yeah, Torque, baby.
You said torque. You didn't say twerk, right? Hey, look, dude. Hey, Logan. This is how I make people laugh, man. I say stupid, silly stuff. So,
Yeah.
I was just making sure you wasn't twerking for a living. That might be an issue.
Yeah, I was talking about Facebook too. No twerk.
All right, I'm good with you now. Then I mean, I don't know about no professional twerkers. So, well, very cool, man. I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna follow it. So, Logan, tell us how we can find you on social media, man.
I have Instagram, but I do not have like other stuff. All I have is Instagram right now and a YouTube.
Okay. All right. And what's your Instagram name?
Logan Wydra. WYDRA. Oh, Logan.Wydra.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So that's for everybody out there to follow. And AJ, what's your socials handles?
Okay, so Instagram is aj.wydra_. And then on X or Twitter, I'm pretty sure it's just AJ Wydra, but let me double check really quick.
Hey, here's your question. When you tweet, I mean, you used to say I tweeted somebody. Now that it's X, what do you say? I X'd somebody?
A good question, Coach Aaron. That's a great question.
I X'd somebody. That sounds like you may have like taken them out or something. I don't know.
But yeah, that's a good one. I have to think about that.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer now.
It's the mystery that we haven't solved yet. So awesome. Well, hey, look, we're at the end of the show. We always ask one final question before we end, and Logan, you were hinting at it earlier, and I sort of I didn't ask you because I knew we were going to get to it at the end. So we're going to start with Logan, man. All right, you're walking up to bat tonight. I know you love to dance to your walkout song, but you're walking up to bat. What song is that going to be?
Calibra 2008.
Calibra 2008. Is that the name of the song?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And who sings that?
Who sings it?
Calibra.
My dad's looking it up really quick.
Okay. All right. I haven't heard of that one yet.
Spanish song.
Spanish song. Okay. All right. AJ, what's yours, man? While we looking it up.
My walk-up song is Bad Boys for Life by Diddy.
All right, there you go. That's a Miami song, dude. You gotta have that song. That's just Miami.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Hey, now I gotta ask you a question. So were the Canes one of the D1 offers that you had before your TJ surgery?
Oh, I wish, man. I wish.
Dude, they just got a new coach. Okay. Hey, tell them to do me a favor and send that to me, Logan. Send that over to me. And
he told me to send it to you.
But the Hurricanes just got a new head coach, JD Ortega, right?
Yep. Yeah. It wasn't Florida. I had a couple in Florida, so
okay.
But it was not the Hurricanes.
Hey, you know what? Well, I'm always talking about Hurricanes baseball on here. I'm trying to end up getting him on here. So look at this. All right, Logan, what you got to show me?
Yeah.
There you go. You know what? You know what I was doing all day this past weekend. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick here.
Yeah.
I drove my wife crazy. Let me see. Where it is. Oh, freaking YouTube. They always got commercials. Like, who wants to watch a commercial? All right, here we go. Ready? Logan, you've heard that before?
I can't really hear it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's the Dolphins fight song. So you've heard that, right?
The greatest football team. We
take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. Look at that Tua jersey. We got two. I should go get mine. If mine wasn't on the other side of the house, I'd go get my Tua jersey too. All right. Well, look, we need to plan a time where I come down and y'all got some hookups for some football tickets. You got any good hookups?
Dude, I'm the one with the hookups, so I'll.
All right, dude. These tickets just got super expensive after they just started winning these last few weeks. Like, tickets got super expensive.
Let me know.
Hey, Coach Aaron.
Yeah.
Do you like fishing?
I do some. I like fly fishing. You probably don't do any fly fishing down there.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, okay. Do you like fishing?
Oh, yeah. The other night, I think I hooked into a 32-inch snook.
What?
Yep.
Did you
and
pull
I
it in
also
yourself?
hooked in. No, it snapped my line.
Oh, wow. Dude.
And then I also hooked into a shark, a black tip.
Uh-oh. Now, he break your line too?
Yep. He snapped my line immediately as soon as I started pulling.
We got to get some stronger line there. So,
yeah.
Dude, I just need to come down when AJ's back at home and we just hang out in Miami. Y'all can just tour me around. So,
yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, look, I want to thank you two for taking time out of your day to hop on and talk to me. I hope our listeners have listened to both of your stories and have been inspired by it, because you both, have faced challenges and you've came through the other side. And, now we look at those challenges as superpowers. And I think that is so freaking cool. And I hope that, if there's someone out there dealing with issues, first of all, get in touch with us. If there's anything we can do to help and support, we're always here for you. But think about the journey that these two went on, and they pushed through, persevered, and came out and still coming. So the story is still open for both of these two guys. And look, here's the only thing I got for you to finish this thing off is when you two are wearing an MLB jersey, I'm going to need you to remember me and send me an autograph one. All right.
Okay.
All right. AJ, you're gonna be the first one into there. So Logan, we're gonna have to remind him, okay?
Okay.
All right. When he signs that big money deal contract, he's got to send me an autographed jersey.
All right.
All right.
All right. Oh, and AJ, if you do not know how to finish the podcast, you gotta say, what's it called?
We'll catch
Till
you
next time. Till next time, we'll catch you on the slide.
Look at that. This dude has done homework. He is ready.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of your podcasts.
I love it, dude. You got to come back on and be a host with me. Like, I invite everybody to come back on and be a host. Like, let me know, man. Like, if you got some friends out there that want to come on the show and talk, you and I we'll interview them. And we'll ask them some hard questions, though. Okay.
All
right. Same for you, AJ. You got anybody out there who wants to come on and talk? Come back, dude.
Well, he has a lot of people.
Yeah, I bet so.
Cool. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. We're going to close out the show now, but I want to thank everyone out there for listening. You had a lot of different options to choose from, including the Kelsey brothers, and all they're talking about right now is T Swifty. And we don't focus any time and attention on T Swift here on the podcast at the Slide. So thank you for listening to us. But until next time, Logan,
we'll catch you on the slide.
You the man.
Yep.